welcome to your October Spirit Scopes, your essential Spirit Scopes with Cara Diana
Nancy Christine Brady.
and we are intuitive mediums. She's an animal communicator. I'm all about the empowerment, and we are just here to kind of guide you through the month. Okay,
Yeah.
babies, this isn't a horoscope, this is a spirit scope. What does that mean, Nancy?
Well, basically, we use some of our tools. We use some cards, and Spirit comes in, and we do some communicating around your horoscope and see what a general overview reading is for you for the month.
I freaking love that. That is what we do, and we do it well. So let's get to it. Nan, anything new going on with you? We are in now fall equinox, autumn, and it is all about changes, changes, changes. But anything new and exciting for you? Any Halloweeny things?
I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday and season of the year. Pumpkin spice everything. Thank you. And
Pumpkin forever.
ever. Um,
Ever.
Probably the most exciting thing happening in October is the spiritual retreat you and I are doing, and we're
Oh,
taking an amazing group of ladies. That is what I'm
and
really.
Harbinder.
Oh, and Harbinder, sorry if you're watching Harbinder.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
what we're doing.
that's what we're doing. And that is going to be floating my boat for the month of October. How about you? Anything new?
Anything new? New Patreon coming out. So that's exciting. Spirit Essence. We're going to go full on membership on Patreon. So that's exciting. We
Yeah.
also, Nancy and I have a podcast together. If you're not watching, Spirit Angels and Guides. Oh my.
Hi.
And we've got some Halloween things going on for that too. Also, teaser, if you're watching this, comment on YouTube and say Patreon because we have a new Patreon coming out shortly. Not 100% sure when, but shortly for the podcast. And that's gonna be so much fun. I feel like so much fun, Nan.
So much fun. Absolutely. I think, and the amazing group of practitioners that you're pulling together for this, it's going to be a next level community. And that's one thing you're amazing at, Tara. You build communities, you build networks throughout practitioners, and I'm super stoked to be a part of this.
Woo. So that's what I'm excited about. Sedona is going to be the end all be all though, and there's going to be everything from UFO, full moon ceremony, sound baths, and then all the vortexes. I can't think of anything more exciting for us to be doing, and you and I together just do it oh so well. You want to start, baby?
Sure. I've already been shuffling. What deck are you using for
Oh,
October?
this is probably one of the only decks. I don't know why. I say this every single thing. I don't know the decks I use most of the time. But today, my beautiful friends, I have the Sacred Rebel deck. This is an Alana Fairchild deck. I hope I said that right. Alana Fairchild. I'm pretty sure it is Alana
I think
Fairchild.
so.
Alana is my daughter's name, so I can't get that wrong.
That's right.
And I love this deck. You know, Nan, can I just say something? Many, many moons ago, at some psychic or wellness event I was at, someone had taken the front of this deck. And I know my light is a little funky in here right
Oh
now.
yeah.
But they'd
Mhm.
taken the front of this desk and they made them into postcards. And that's the first time I ever saw this image. And then one day I was in Reflections. I'm pretty sure it was Reflections. And I saw the deck and I was like, because I bought all those postcards of that because it resonated with me, right? It's the triple moon goddess. It is the Virgin, the Maiden, and the Crone. And I just loved it. And the cards are one of the most beautiful decks I ever have used.
Nice.
Thank
Well,
you.
as an animal communicator, I am drawn to all animal decks, all things. And so this October, I'm using the Animal Allies. I also am a total crystal nerd. The cool thing with this deck is the other side has crystals. I'll just touch on those lightly. As you can see, it is double-sided. So for Aries, let's get to it. You guys got Hummingbird, and then you got Infinite. So Hummingbird for October is coming in now. Hummingbird for me has always really been about joy, but Hummingbird is coming in right now, and this is all about all the connections made, all the beautiful networks, all the things that you've done, your hard work, your resilience is paying off. It is time to step into that joy. It is time to step into that beautiful place where you are enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is very much a fall energy for you. Fun fact, in BC, we actually do have a resident hummingbird that stays all year round. So for those of you listening, make sure in the winter when it snows, you put your hummingbird feeder out. I usually put Christmas lights around mine. Anyways, I digress. So this is for you, Aries, all about prosperity, abundance, and the enjoyment of it, the sheer decadence of it. So whatever you do, bring joy into it and enjoy it. And then Infinite, it's really a stone that helps you come in and cultivate all those plans and intentions that you're going to be starting to set for spring. All right. So I'm going to leave
I
that
don't
with
think
Aries.
I've ever heard of that crystal. Infinite?
Infinite.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a crystal person. I love me some crystals, but I don't need to know every single thing about them. I just call Anne or Anne. Who's Anne? I don't know. Hey, Anne, come on in and tell me about the crystals. I met Anne. You know what though?
A long day for Tara.
It's been a very long day, my friends. Just bear with me. Do you know that the hummingbird is the American?
You are having a hard time here.
I can't even talk. It is the Jamaican official bird.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you know my lovely girl Kiara.
Yeah.
She's Jamaican, and she had just got the hummingbird tattooed on her with the hibiscus flower, which is the official Jamaican flower. Do you
Beautiful.
seriously? There is so much shit I do not know, Nan, that when people tell me that, I feel like I must share because if I didn't know it, someone else isn't going to know it. And that's the way I see it.
I agree. Let's go for it. I appreciate you.
Oh, okay. You know, I told my daughter, I asked Alana the other night, Nan, to to um to feed the dogs for me because we're hand feeding DOG so that he gets less a little food aggressive. Anyways, and so she said, "Yeah, fine." And I said, "I appreciate you." And she said, "Don't talk to me like that." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "That sounds weird when you talk like that." I'm like,
I tell people I appreciate them
"Okay."
all the time. Like if
I
I'm
thought that was
having,
so funny.
yeah, like if I died tomorrow, I want everyone to know how much I think of them. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. You are glorious.
That was so funny. Don't talk like that. And I was like,
Well,
okay. What did
I
you
guess
want
that
me to say?
it's not your love language. Let's just say that.
I guess not. Okay, Taurus, what do we got going on for you? Now, this imagery is something else for me. And here is a this is a oh, this is a card for me and I'm not a Taurus. Releasing allegiances.
Wow, that is a intense card.
So this is really powerful. And Nan, if you were to look really close, there's bumblebees on them. Or on them, on
Yeah.
her. And I maybe you can help with the significance of the bumblebee, but the releasing alliances, allegiances, oh my Lord, bear with me, everyone, is really about what is working and what is not. And allegiances doesn't necessarily have to mean people. It can mean your thought process about a circumstance or a situation, Taurus. So you need to be looking at how things are flowing this month. This is a perfect time to release, release, release. We are in autumn. I can only snap with one finger. This is not the finger.
No.
That's the finger. So it's just time but it looks good. To release, 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 Taurus. It's time to take a good hard look at what you are actually accomplishing. And if you are putting energy into something that is just not banging for your buck, you need to let that go and be like, okay, I gave it my best and I'm not thriving. So let's move on. We tend to hold on to things to try to make them work. Now, I'm not saying just give up, give up. Sometimes we have to put a little more oomph in it. We have to shift it. We have to assess, shift, and just, right? And move that energy. But for real, when it comes to the point of, I've done all I can do. This isn't coming out the way I wanted it to. It is okay to be like severing, cutting, unscrewing the ties and let it go, baby. Because why do we bang our heads against the wall?
I love that. I love that. And it even resonates with me because you know what goes on in my personal life. Um, the bumblebees I find very, very interesting because the bumblebees are all about community, but they're all about building new.
Oh,
They're
isn't
all
that interesting?
Yeah, yeah. So it does resonate a lot with that. And it's all about adjustment and balance within the hive, right? So like they will huck a bee out if it's doing the wrong thing. But then if they have a bee, like let's say covered in honey, they'll bring it in and clean it. So it's about also pulling that group close to you, knowing who is your core group and strength, and then releasing the rest that doesn't serve you. It's very
That's
cool.
super interesting. Again, I just learned something new. I didn't know they hucked bees out.
I watched this documentary on bees one day, and like I think it's mostly like the some of the worker bees, like they'll if there's a bee that's passed in the hive, they'll take it and they'll huck it out of the hive to keep the health of the hive going. And they protect the queen at all costs. So it's that card is also about protecting you and going within for your soul and looking after you first and then everyone else around you.
So, huck the allegiances out. There's a word I have not used in a long time. Okay,
Huck it
that's
out.
it for you, Taurus. Let's go, baby.
Okay, Gemini, hope you guys aren't afraid of this, but you got mouse. Okay.
Oh,
Yellow Jasper is the card. Mice, our dear friend Jenny loves her little rodents. Personally, I don't like them in my house, like running around when they've just not been invited. But Mouse is all about discernment. Mouse is about when you need to hide and when you need to be seen this month, Gemini. So, what is it that you can consciously be aware of with your surroundings when you need to step forward and step into that self and into that confidence? And what is it that you need to sort of hide and be in the shadows and not seen around? Mouse is also about very much fall, right? They go for seasons. So they right now they're all prepping for fall to tuck in and be warm for the winter. So make sure what you're planning is well planned out. Hopefully that makes sense because as the more organized that you are, the more that you kind of have these resources at the end of your fingertips, the more options that you're going to have in front of you to choose from. So there won't be any bad choice. You're just going to lean into that so that the fruits of your labor you can kind of get into and enjoy. Very similar to Aries, like a lot of this fall planning energy is coming up, release energy. It's and celebration, really. Like, go within, pull that community close. Mice, they travel in massive packs. I learned from an exterminator that if you hear a mouse in your house, he's actually calling to many, many, many more mice. So this is calling the people that support you right now, calling the ones that love you, but use those resources to your benefit for you to move forward in a really good way as you go through October into November and get ready for some time of rest in winter.
a mouse in the house. I learned this from an exterminator. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What's the crystal?
Oh, sorry. That was yellow jasper. So yellow jasper helps you pay attention to the small details, which is something that mice do. It's also if you over scrutinize things, yellow jasper can bring you back into that set. Because yellow, think about your solar plexus, your personal power. So it'll bring you back into that personal power to make those decisions from a consciously effective place. Hopefully that makes sense.
It does make sense. Love that.
Okay.
Okay. So, Cancer. In the world, not of the world. Tell me these are not glorious cards. They are so beautiful.
Glorious.
So this is talking to you, Cancer, about you being here, but you're not focused. You're here, you're doing what you have to do, but you feel like you are slightly out to lunch, if you will. You feel as though, you're drawn over here, but you really want to be over there, but you got to be here because, well, whatever reasons. This is a perfect time in fall to really align yourself with good intentions. I'm not necessarily talking about manifestations per se. I am talking about being able to do the things that keep you present, right? I'm going to go for a walk today and I'm really going to do it because It's going to allow me to be out in nature, to get fresh air, to do all that self-love, self-healing work. When you do that, you will find you're able to get rid of the brain fog, right? And this is the time of year where people start getting a little bit of that SAD, that seasonal whatever disorder. What's the middle word?
Um, season,
Let's just call it sad. You get that
sad, sad.
disorder where you're like because the sun's going down earlier and you're sitting in a little more darkness, it's getting a little more chilly. Personally, fall has a nice feeling for me. I like cozy, I like that kind of stuff. So for me it doesn't have the same effect, but for others it will, and that's when your mind starts to get a little miscombobulated, and you're like, oh, I can't focus on this. They are literally saying to you, you're feeling out of sorts, you're feeling like it's harder to get the clarity that you need, the understanding. Don't be afraid, come back in, ground yourself. Perfect time for you to go frolic in the leaves, touch some trees. Maybe if it's nice out, go jump in a pile of leaves. Do not jump in your neighbor's pile of leaves, they will never forgive you. Once they break them up and you go and do that, you guys are enemies for life. Not that I would know this by any means, but anyway, just, it's a reminder that the focus is going to feel like it's off. You're not going to feel present. There are ways for you to do that, to become more present by just being aware that it's happening. So I'm going to leave that with Cancer.
Wow, that's a great reading. Leo, you got one of my favorites. You got Raven and the Mokai, I'm probably saying it, marbles, on the other side. Raven for me very much walks between worlds. Raven is about being in your human while also being in your spiritual. This is really about finding the balance in your life right now. And what is it that you're going to do to align with those spiritual higher vibrations? Now, the other thing with Raven that they come in and Spirit's telling me about right now is this is all about like language. So think about how you're speaking, what you're speaking, how it's being received. They're incredibly vocal birds. They can actually mimic words just like parrots. And so this is really coming in, understanding what words you're saying and where it's coming from the truth and the intention in the inner place, and knowing where it's landing with others. So you need to be mindful of a lot of the intention that you're putting out there with your vocals. With the Moki marbles, they are very much about language as well, but they're also about like a spiritual shift. So they can help you. In fact, have some here. Let's show them to people. And so they come with like a balance. So they come with like, I believe these are the ones with the male, female in the stone. So I'll show
Huh.
you, Tara. It's pretty cool. They're very not exciting. Like it looks just like a marble, but the energy that you can feel off of these crystals is super cool. So it helps you understand where you're speaking from, the truth where it's coming from, and the authenticity. But it also helps you speak with kindness and carefulness so that you're not lashing out or speaking from an emotional place. So this is all really about sort of checking yourself, finding that balance, right? Live within your human, live to the absolute most of what you need to be, and then find the balance with the spirit. And then if you need any help communicating, call on Raven Energy because they're always there to help.
And they're demure and mindful. Sorry, that is that new TikTok thing going around. Be demure and mindful. And you said that ravens are mindful. Oh, someone help me. Seriously, help me. Oh, Stacey, you don't have to cut any of this out, baby. This is all Tara, all live, all real. Um, I was going to say something. I find it interesting that I've never heard of those stones ever. Like, never heard of those stones. And you turned around and you're like, oh, I have some right here. A fluff. And there you were.
Well, you know the crystal dork that I am. I love, guys, these drawers are
Okay.
alphabetized crystals.
Okay, baby, I know. But there's lots of people that are crystal dorks that don't have that sitting out on their counter, just like, oh, yeah, by the way, I have some marble
I just got through
whatevers.
all my crystals. It's
My goodness.
good.
Okay, Virgo, I know you've been waiting, baby, and I'm coming for you. I've got it. Let's go.
This
As
is
I
like
cough my way, I can't speak today. Oh,
The longest spirit scopes ever.
right? It can only get better. Okay, let's let's be demure, but let's also be mindful.
Yes.
Okay, Virgo. Woo! Oh, big bold vision.
Woo.
Big bold vision. This card is a powerhouse card for me. This card, immediately when I pulled it, I'm like, okay, this felt like me, and I'm not a Virgo, let me tell you. So, Virgo, you want to step into your power. You want to be seen, be visible. This is the time to let yourself do all the things. Bring attention to yourself. Now, you know yourself best, babies. You know your personality, what shines, what doesn't shine, how you can make yourself work. And so you know that if you're the shy little person that doesn't like the attention on you, then you're going to step out in a way that's going to be comfortable for you. Maybe it's not the big attention that someone like a Scorpio like myself would come into a room and slap people around. You'd come in a little more gentle. Or maybe you are that person as a Virgo that's just like, hey, here I am in all my glory. Take a look. There are things that you need to showcase this month that spirit is like, let's go, let people see it because it will be for your highest and best. It will be to allow opportunity when we're seen. People can offer us things. Does that make sense? You know, when you're seen, when people know you're there, then opportunities come, right? Then people are like, man, lovely lady, I see you there, and I feel I have something for you. That could
Mhm.
be literally a pat on the back, a smile. It doesn't matter. What we're saying here is if people can't see you, Virgo, they're not going to be able to give and you to receive. And that's what this card represents to you from my spirit team.
Wow, I
Yeah,
like that.
Skippy Nance.
I love it.
Good.
Libra, Libra, you're next.
That's Alana. That's her birthday coming up. My,
Moth,
oh,
moth and moonstone. Now, moth, a lot of people are like, oh, moth, that's just an annoying
mm-mm,
little thing.
mm-mm,
No, they're
not me.
not. They're not for you. I know, not, especially not for Tara. Um, Moths are incredible bringers of light. They are also, they work a lot between spirit and the living realm. This particular card is bringing in moth energy about it's time to reflect on your dreams, Libra. What is it that you want? And then act like you have it, because right now this is about everything falling into your lap for you and taking that incredible power of what you were dreaming and making it a reality, aligning your spiritual, your higher self with your physical human self so that the world can be your oyster. You know, life is not meant to be hard. It is definitely meant to be lived and experienced, but you can create walls that you walk into, or you can create doors you open and walk through.
Oh,
So
love
what,
that.
yeah. So what is it you're going to do? I want you to pay attention to your dreams for the month of October. I want you to move towards that. I also want you to take part, if you can, in some full moon center ceremonies, right? Like really sitting down, clearing what no longer serves you, setting intention for moving forward, because you're going to find it's going to be an incredibly powerful month for you where things are going to start up and those doors are going to start opening up if you let it, if you do the work. Moonstone is very much about spiritual empowerment, and it is one of those stones that aligns with the lunar cycles. So when you carry it, it can help you tap into that higher vibration, that different level of spirituality. It can help you also remember your dreams. So if you're feeling a bit lost, hold on to some moonstone while you're meditating and go, okay, help me just get aligned. Because the thing is with the universe, if you're thinking I want this or this, you're not giving clear intention to it to be returned to you, because they'll just
Mm.
randomly give you stuff, right? Whereas if you can like stay focused, I mean, Tara's the queen of manifestation, so she can talk more to this, but if you are focused on exactly what you want, the universe is going to respond in kind and give you that. And that goes for lack and it goes for plus and positive as well. So I want you to focus on that, Libra, all the good stuff for
Was
October.
that, sweetie, was that moonstone red?
Yes, there's different colors of moonstone. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so
This
this
is Tara
particular
showing her lack of crystal knowledge. Okay.
it this one it looks a bit like pinkish,
Yeah.
kind of red. That's more like a natural. There's also a gray color, and then there's the white one that's called rainbow moonstone that has that purpley blue sheen.
I like that one. I do. I like that one. Do you remember, Nan? I'm going to do this really quick because we are drawing this out way too long. But do you remember, Nan, when Ryan first passed? Like, I think it was like 2 days. No, we were back in the house. So it must have been 3 or 4 days after. And we were sitting
I
in the living
remember.
room.
Yeah.
This humongous moth landed on me. And you said, "Oh my God, transition between life and death." And we were like, we're all just sitting there. Like this moth came out of nowhere. That was what
Yeah.
that's a magical moment you and I shared. At least in my book, it was
Me too. I
in
mean,
a
that
very
it was
dark
a
time,
confirmation.
right?
Confirmation. Yeah.
Okay, Scorpio, which is me, which is also Ryan. Bless his little heavenly soul.
Yes.
The dogs are having a full-on conniption. They are like melting down. There must be a squirrel outside, people. Oh, this is interesting. You ready?
Yeah.
Remember, you guys, Nan and I are like besties in the spirit realm and outside the spirit realm. So she knows things about me. Restore and replenish.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So, as a Scorpio myself, I can take this card for a host of reasons. A host of reasons. And Nan is secretly laughing, going, "Oh, thanks, Spirit, for telling her." This card for everyone else that's a Scorpio actually means pretty much the same thing. The Restore and Replenish card is saying to you, look after yourself this month.
Mm.
This is the time. And if you looked at the card again, it looks like something a human in the womb, it's in fetal position, but it's all nurturing. It's all these crystals and shells around the fetal position, and then all these leaves around that. And then oddly enough, it's buttons all around that.
Oh.
So such a bizarre analogy in the card, but really what it's saying for you, Scorpio, is if you are not looking after yourself, if you are not taking the time and laying your head down to rest and feeding and nourishing yourself and doing, the stuff that is going to help you body, mind, and spirit, you are not going to thrive. And this is like I'm preaching to the choir here, but you are not going to thrive. And thriving is the goal because we're going to be moving into hibernation in a couple months, right? Reflection, winter solstice, hibernation. And when we move into that stage, we need to be fed. We need to be like ready to go into that stage and be safe to do that. So this is the time, Scorpio, to ensure that you are putting yourself first without guilt, right? Just do it. There is no selfishness in looking after yourself. There is all the reason to do it. And that's a whole nother topic for another time. Scorpio, slay, my friends. And happy birthday to you all.
I love it. I love it. Sagittarius, you guys got parrot and you got bicolor tourmaline, which actually
Oh,
this looks like it's also watermelon, I believe, tourmaline. Um, Parrot is coming in with a lot of messages this month, and a lot of it is about, you hear about the throat chakra and speaking your authentic truth. This is about really standing up and speaking for yourself, making sure that you are standing up for yourself, but also standing within 100% who you are, your authenticity, and showing your glorious colors off. Shake those tail feathers. This is really about look at how magnificent I am, and then speak it and own it. Stand within that power. A lot of us tend to try to slink back and hide in the shadows. This isn't the month for that. That Parrot is saying, no way. You step up, step forward, show everyone how brilliant and colorful and vibrant you are, and then sing, speak, whatever from the roofs, and just let everyone hear you, because you've been spending a bit of time in the shadows, in that silence for some of you. And I really feel you need to step in there and just say, hey, this is who I am. This is my beliefs. This is where I'm going. This is what my wants are, and own it. 100% own it. With tourmaline comes in a lot for alignment energies. So if you're feeling discombobulated at all, say, hold a piece of tourmaline and just be like, okay, I need to stand in my vibrancy. I need to stand in my authentic who I am. And the stone will help you be drawn to aligning your energies, clearing out those centers so that you're not sitting in anything residual, any past insecurities, places or memories that don't serve you, so you can step forward into that power for October. So I'm going to leave that with you, Sagittarius.
Nice. Capricorn. Do you remember I was talking about the beginning of this
Yes.
cover? Here we go. So this is Legacy of Light. So when we talk about this card, Capricorn, this is really a card about the different stages that you're going through in your life, right? This is talking about the past, the present, and the future. And I love this card for that. This is the card that makes me feel, okay, we are running that cycle. We are completing our process. We are doing the work and we're doing it well. So they are asking you to look at all your successes this month. They're asking you to go in and be like, damn, I did that beautifully. I'm still working on that, and that's coming for me. And when you do this, what you're actually accomplishing is what we call the target, right? Where we are looking and we are saying, I hit this, I'm working on that, and I'm going to nail this down the road. And it allows you to create abundance in all of those stages. You can be abundant in each stage separately, but the best thing that you want to do is be abundant in it all. So take a good look at what you're working on, celebrate what you've already completed, be aware of where you are, and know that you can accomplish anything that you want to, because Spirit's saying you're holding that legacy of light. You are seeing who you are through all the cycles. That's
Nice.
it.
That's a good
That's
one.
yours, Capricorn.
Aquarius, vulture, and jet. Now, vulture, a lot of people think, oh, what a horrible bird. It's like, if you know, if it's ugly, it feeds off the dead. It is one of Mother Earth's most amazing birds because it returns to the earth nurture, um, and nutrients is what I'm trying to say. It nurtures the earth through the nutrients by consuming that. It's like probably one of the best recycling birds out there. It will clean the environment, it will return everything that we see as waste to the earth so she can grow and be replenished and rejuvenated. So I want you to think, what is it you need to focus on about that replenishment? What is it that maybe you've seen as a negative that you can look at now as a positive? And we always say hindsight's 2020. Okay, think about vulture, where they've come in, there's a carcass, and they're having substance. They are living off of something, but there's something better happening afterwards. So I want you to think about that. What is the challenges? We've all been through them. What have you learned? How are you going to now stand up and go from vulture to phoenix to say, I've risen from the ashes. I've got this. I'm absolutely moving into my power for the month of October. And get out there and walk in nature, right? This is really much a card about reminding you about putting your feet on the earth, celebrating Gaia for who she is, and thanking her and using some of that energy to recharge yourself and rejuvenate so you can just keep taking those steps forward for the month of October. Now, Jet
Oh, I
is
love Jet.
yeah, and Jet for me is very much a grounding card. It's all about it's time to let go, but it helps us ground. So the feet go deep in the earth, the roots go through, and suddenly our chakras are completely aligned because now we're balanced. We're not sitting and focusing up here on all this stuff. We're actually going, okay, here I am. I'm releasing what no longer serves me. Thank you, Mother Earth. She takes her energy, she recharges you, and carrying around a piece of Jet can help you stay within that balanced state. That's it.
That's me a dog problem, Nan.
What's going on?
I don't know. They're like, they've all come downstairs to bark.
Oh gosh.
Sam got annoyed and he came and laid back down. So hopefully they will be quiet for a few more minutes. I'm gonna go right into Pisces though.
Yeah,
And
let's do it.
Pisces, I love this card. This is such a cool card. So everyone's heard of Pandora's box, right? That's the
Yeah.
box where you never know what you're gonna get. It can be good, it can be bad. Well, this card for you, Pisces, is Pandora's gift.
Ooh.
Now, this is very cool because this is talking about mystery. This is talking about dipping your hand in and being like, I don't know what's in there, baby. But it doesn't matter because it's going to be good. It's a gift. It's a lesson. It's a piece that I need of a puzzle, and it's going to match. It's going to be beneficial to me. And remember, one of the cool things about life is that if we could look at every lesson, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as a gift, as a way to ascend, then that is really what growth is. And we would do things far easier if we can do that. Our humanness is kind of conditioned to be like, oh, when something doesn't go our way, isn't the way that we would like it, then we kind of go down that slippery slope into like, negative emotions, negative thoughts. This card, though, is a powerhouse card. Why? Because it is all about thinking in terms of gifts. Gifts make people happy. They are supposed to bring us some kind of joy, some kind to may sometimes to make our lives easier, sometimes to just put a smile on our face. And Pandora's gift is literally saying to you, don't you worry, boo-boos. You have no idea what's coming for you, but it's good. It's to
Mm.
your benefit. It is going to allow you to shine. So just hang tight and let it unfold as it will. You will not be disappointed. Like French kiss. Mwah. You will not be disappointed.
Love that.
I know. That brings us to the end of the very long, probably the longest spirit scope that we've ever done, Nancy and I. And on that note, I want to say to you, comment below. Let us know you like what we're doing. We love to hear it. Go and follow our podcast, Spirit Angels and Guides.
Bye.
Give us 5 stars just because. I love saying that. Don't watch it. Oh, for God's sake, don't watch it. Just or listen to it. Just literally go and give us 5 stars and follow us on all our platforms. But share us. If you want to do anything to celebrate the work that Nan and I do, if you love what we do, if you think we're worthy of it, please just go and share us. Let other people see us, get to know us. And we would love that. We certainly would.
100%. Thank you everyone for listening and watching.
Bye.